Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy Wavy. In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to have good movement in Modern Warfare like a pro player. So first of all, let me just talk about the setup. So you either want to run you want to either have paddles, use like stick and move, use like claw grip, something where you can keep your right hand on the aim stick while you're aiming, and it's also going to be able to have better movement, so you have to take your hand off to press the buttons to jump and just stuff like that. So I recommend doing one of those things. As far as settings go, it really doesn't matter what you run. I do recommend flip layout, but as far as movement, none of these matter. Well, there's actually two things you could do for movement. From weapon mount, I recommend ADS plus melee, and then for slide, I recommend tab, because when you hold in this game, it kind of doesn't work that good. So that's really all setup wise. You don't really have to have much setup. I use the Scuff Impact though, because it does help with my movement, because I have 4 paddles on the back. Anyways guys, to practice this, I recommend going to a custom game, just picking, I don't know, like a small size map, do free for all, um, unlimited, and then mini map always on, so you can just see the bots. So that's what I recommend for that. And then for movement, guys, it depends on your class setup as well. You want to have one perk on, which is the main one, which is double times. This is the most important perk in the game on how to have good movement. So let me just show you a class 2 that I'm about to practice with. And also, to have good movement too, you want to like focus on the if you see the mobility at the bottom left. So you want to go for things that give you high mobility, as you see what I'm doing on the MP5. This is my MP5 class setup that I run. So as you see, my mobility is increased. So you want to try to increase your mobility on your guns, and it's going to help your movement anymore. But the big thing is double time. And also stem shot helps some too, because stem shot replenishes your what's it called, your boost, so it refreshes it when you hit the stem, so that helps. So anyways guys, let's get into the gameplay, where I get into some tips on how to have good movement. Alright guys, so let's get right into it. So for the first tip on how to have good movement is you need to learn how to jump around corners, which is called Alright guys, so before we get into the movement, there's one that you need to do, and that is, let me just put it one so you guys can hear it a little bit. So that is to make sure you have good centering, and I'm going to have a full video on this soon, but whenever you're moving around the map and doing all of this, what I'm about to show you guys, you want to make sure that the little white circle of your crosshairs is around chest level high, and it's going to be pre-aiming where the enemy is going to be at. I mean, I see people, doing all this great movement, but like they'll be looking at the floor, and then when they see someone, they have to go up or something, and it takes a while to reach them, so they'll die. And it also just messes up your aim since you have to do that. But if you already have your white circle pre-aimed on the people, when you see them, all you have to do is zoom in like that. As you see, I'm pre-aiming this. If he's right there, he jumped, bam. You see how easy that was? So you just want to always have around chest high when you go around the map. I'll just show you guys real quick what that would look like. So say I'm jumping, sliding, see someone. Don't pay attention to my aim. I haven't shot in a few days. But so yeah, as you see, I'm moving around the map. My white circle is, around chest high, and this will take some practice to do. You don't have to have bots, but just no matter if you're sliding or what, just keep it around chest level high. So when you see an enemy, you can quickly snap onto them like that. I'll show you an example right here. So I'm doing my movement, see someone, look how easy that was. So that's the very first tip right there. Alright guys, so for the second tip is your jumping. So you jump with just by pressing X. I use my paddles for this, but jumping is pretty good, and it's actually like the best movement wise in this game on how to win gunfights. And there's two ways you can use the jump in, which I'll show you. There's actually three ways. Well, actually no, there's two, sorry. So the first way is to jump around corners, and I made a full video on this on how to camera, so check it out guys if you want to. But basically this is a great way to surprise enemies. So I have to explain how to tactical sprint. So you press the left stick up to run, but if you double click it in, you run faster, and that's why I said use the double time, because you can do this faster. So that's a good thing to do. And then to get the maximum effect to jump around the corner, what you guys want to do is do that double thing, that double tactical sprint, and then jump like that. And that's going to give you a big advantage when you see people. They're not going to expect you, and it also just helps you win the gunfight due to like how the cameras work in this game. So but almost every corner you go around, guys, I usually jump. And this makes it and you'll have enough stamina to do this, and it'll make it way easier, like I said, if you have double time on. Like, you don't have to have it on, but it does help. So that's the first way how to use jumping. The second one on how to use jumping, guys, is in gunfights, and when you can do it around the corner too. So there's this thing called like floating, and it basically looks like this. So you jump around the corner and spam X as fast as you can. Now I'm gonna have to do it with my hand like this because my paddle doesn't work that good. Basically just spam X as fast as you can while actually I'm not even doing it while you're already zoomed in on your gun. So it's like this, and it'll look like you're floating, but you don't have to do this. You see how I got like a little skip right there? But you don't even have to do it off a jump either. You can just spam X while you're shooting someone, because in this game you can spam X as many times as you want and you won't really lose any height. So just constantly when you're shoot people like that, just spam the X button, as you see I'm doing there. And that's like one of the main ways to throw people off in this game, and you'll see a lot of pros doing that. Like, you can't really do it you can do it at far range distances, but I mainly do it at close to medium. So again, what I'll do is I'll jump around the corner, and I'll be pre-aiming and then spam and jump before I even see him. And then when I'm in the gunfight with him, like this, I'll just continue jumping. And it's very overpowered in this game because you don't lose any height, and you can just keep spamming it over and over again. So I can kill me so I can get some more ammo. And I'm just using claw grip to show you. My X button doesn't really work that good. So if yours doesn't either, you can just do claw grip. As you see, you get like a little skip. So that's how you use the two ways for jumping. And that's the main way you're going to be winning gunfights, is by doing that. Alright, so let's get into sliding. So sliding in this game is it's not as overpowered as it was in Black Ops 4, that's for certain. But there is like one or two ways that you can use this, which I'll get into, guys. So, but let me just say this though, you don't want to use circle to like kill people really. You really only want to use circle to get away from people, which I'll show you. So you want to really just use it for movement wise, not for killing wise, like for jumping. Because if anyone's around a corner ever, just always jump at them like that. Don't you can slide at them, but it's not going to be as effective to do so. So basically what I do is I'll just use this for movement. So if somebody's chasing behind me, I'll slide in like this. Or what people would do is like, say here's a rusher right here, they're rushing from this side and they have to get to there before they see him. So what they'll do is they'll slide under cover like this and kind of look down. So that's what people use it for. I'm gonna have another tutorial on how to have advanced movement soon, but for the most part, guys, just don't really slide into gunfights. I mean, you can do it, don't get me wrong, but for the most part, unless it's like you can't really jump to the doorway, then you want to slide, but like if it's short like that. But for the most part, guys, just always jump around corners and use sliding just for like movement and getting around the map quicker. And I'll show you in a second, guys, how to combine these two on how to have good movement and get around the map really fast. So anyways, guys, that's how you use the slide. Alright, so this is how you combine the two, kind of. So I'll just kind of show you what I do around the map. So what you want to do is you kind of want to alternate between, because if you keep spamming jump or slide, you're going to run out of stamina, and it's not going to be as effective. As you see with the slide, I get like slower and slower as I do it, and sometimes it won't even let you slide. Don't mess up like that. So what I do is I jump when I'm moving, and then I slide, and then I just keep doing this over and over again. As you see, you go really fast around the map, and I try to time my jumps when I'm going to be around the corner. So when I'm going like in a small doorway, that is when I hit the slide right here, and it's not even working. My paddle messes up like that, and I'll jump right here, slide, jump like that, slide. So you basically just want to alternate them, guys, and you'll just see a lot of pros doing this. And that's also a really good tip too. Just watch how pros play, and you're gonna really pick up things about their movement that you see like what they're doing and like what works. So again, like you could jump around the corner, slide, jump, and then spam it when you see someone. Alright, let me show you again. And if you see me keep crouching, that's because my crouch button doesn't work that good. So I'll just use claw grip, guys. So, okay, I'll slide, jump, and you see, if you just alternate them, you get like they never really run out of stamina. You can just do this around the whole map, and it's really overpowered. And there's also another thing you could do if you don't want to do that. But I don't really see too many people doing this, but I did this a lot in the beta, I know, and I still do this uh, once I die, I'll show you. So what this is just spamming the jump around the map. I say that you can't really do this, but you kind of can. It's just you just keep going a little bit slower, but you can do this, and you'll see a lot of pros do this. If you're especially if you're getting close to a corner, guys, just keep spamming the tactical sprint and jump. But you see over a long distance. If you do it a lot, you see how I can't really tactical sprint anymore. I have to let it recharge. That's why I say you should alternate. But what you could do is do like 4 of these in a row to move around the map, and then slide like once or something, because it does take a second to recharge it. So that's what you can do. So you can spam the jump a little bit more than the crouch or the slide, but you want to make sure you slide at least a little bit. Alright, so now this is getting into the tactical sprint and how to use it effectively. So in this game, if you're tactical sprinting and getting caught and you zoom in, it's going to take a lot longer to zoom in and kill someone than if you're just running like this or walking. So what you want to do is you want to use that to your advantage, and you're going to see a lot of pros really abusing this. So what you guys have to do is, when you're far away from a corner, or when you know there's nobody's going to be there, that's when you need a tactical sprint and get there, as fast as you can. But when you're like nearing a corner, you want to slow down a little bit like this to prepare for people, and then you can jump around the corner. So what you don't want to do is you just want to run it like this and then jump, because somebody could like meet you right here and you'll get all messed up. And especially if you're running in buildings, and just basically though, the guys, what I'm saying is, whenever the time you know someone's gonna be, or you think, or like it's like a hot zone basically, when you know someone's gonna be around the corner, just either run like that, or walk, or preempt like this. You don't want to be caught sprinting. So you'll see a lot of pros focus on not sprinting at certain areas, getting ready for people like this. So what we'll do is, and I'll show you guys exactly what pros do too. Let me just die real quick. Alright, so what you'll see a lot of pros doing is, and this is just what I'm talking about, there's like a little way to counter this. So what that is they just spam the tactical sprint over and over again. And if you do this, you're going to be able to move faster on the map. And if you see someone, you can quickly zoom onto them like this, because you're basically never going to be caught double sprinting since you're stopping it constantly. You see that? And you'll see them doing this over and over again. You just want to keep spamming it in and out, double clicking it, stopping, double clicking it, and stopping. Now this can mess up your controller, but if you want to play really, what's it called, like pro, like, you see how fast that was, guys? And the thing is, this works really good, and you can still move around the map really fast. So what they'll do is they'll do this, and then they'll jump around the corner, and then keep doing it. And you just kind of spam it like this, and you're always going to be ready for people, and you'll still be moving around the map fast. But that can, just a warning, it can mess up your controller. But that's what you see a lot of pros doing, is just spamming this over and over again. And you see, you're always like kind of ready for a gunfight when you do that. So here's like 2 mini things I've kind of already talked about, but just, something to keep in the back of your mind. Is jump shotting and drop shotting. So when you see enemy jump shot is when you jump at them while you're shooting. Now this works really good, but I don't really jump shot all the time. The only time I jump shot is when I'm caught off guard or I know I'm losing a gunfight. So it's kind of like a, like a sixth sense. If you're, thinking you're about to lose a gunfight, just jump and try to throw off 1 or 2 of their bullets. That's your goal. And also the same with drop shotting. It's where you hold the circle button when you shoot at an enemy. So it's just whatever one you prefer, and like the situation, whatever it calls for. Drop shot does take a little bit longer than just jumping, so just keep that in mind. But drop shot can definitely throw off your enemies. I'm not gonna lie, I'll tell you guys one way I really do use drop shots a lot, and that's when I'm like turning on someone, or like someone's chasing me. So what I'll do, guys, so say if someone's say if someone's coming in through here, right, and they're right behind me, what I'll do is I'll get around the corner and then immediately lay down and shoot them when they come, and it gets people all the time. And it's so quick too. Like, say somebody's chasing me, I'll slide like this, lay down, bam, I'll shoot them. So it's really overpowered. I don't really drop shot too much in gunfights. I mean, you can do it, but I mainly just prefer to like I said, just spam jump over and over again like that. It's gonna definitely throw enemies off because it's just really overpowered in this game. Alright guys, so the last tip I have, like for the basic movement tips, and again, I'll have a full video soon coming on the advanced movement tips where I'll talk about a lot of the super advanced stuff pros do, but this is just like your last basic one, and that is strafing. So strafing, if you don't know, is where you your move when you shoot to throw off enemies' bullets, and pros are really experts at this. So all strafing is, it may seem kind of confusing, all this is basically wiggling your left stick back and forth while you shoot. And it depends on what stock you have too. It'll get even faster. But all you do, guys, is when you shoot at enemies, you just want to move your left stick back and forth like this. And when it's first starting out, you're gonna have to just remember to do it. But after a while, it's gonna sorry, I can't talk. After a while, it's gonna become second nature, just to strafe automatically. And you want to do this at all ranges too. At long ranges, you definitely want to strafe, and close ones you want to strafe. But basically, this is just to throw off the enemy's bullets, and you're gonna see every pro do this when they play. And what you do is you want to combine this into jumping or jump shotting or drop shotting. Well, actually, not really drop shotting. You wouldn't really strafe to do it. You would just strafe into like a jump shot, which is what a lot of pros do like that. So you're strafe and then move left and right. Just constantly, always just move it when you shoot, and it also kind of improves your aim too. Because I shoot better when I strafe than when I just stand still for some reason. And it's also just gonna throw the enemy's bullets off, which is the whole point of all movements. You just want to throw off the enemy's bullets and be able to kill them before they kill you. So anyways, guys, that's really all the movement tips I have in today's video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it, and I will have more tips and tricks and more advanced movement videos coming soon, guys. So anyways, y'all, I'm out. Peace.